Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you everyone for joining. We are looking at Keyflow's ultimate listing management solution today. And you may not have heard of Keyflow. It's quite a new integration for us, isn't it? And so we've put together this webinar for you just to sort of shout it out, really. One thing we are going to say at the start is because it's a new integration, we might not know everything. We're encouraging everyone to ask questions, and we'll answer them as and when we can, but we might not know everything. What we would say is because it's so new, we're still developing it and making changes. So it's a really, really, really good time for you all to tell us what you want from it. If there's anything that we're showing you that you think is missing, if there's anything that you think is really great, just keep shouting it out to us. Use the chat throughout the webinar. Anything you can feed back to us is amazing because we can feed it back to our developers and basically make it as good as we can get it for you. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's start. Mads, I'll hand over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Again, so welcome to the webinar. Like Emma's just explained, it's a brand new feature within Alto. It's Keyflo, and we're looking at from your inquiry to approval with the ultimate management listing solution. I'm Madeline. I'm one of the software trainers here at Alto Software Group. We're joined by Emma, who is our education content specialist. And we've also got Camilla, who is a solutions specialist with us in Alto Software Group. So we are doing today, like I said, we're going through the Keyflo, and I'll hand over to Emma, who's going to walk through what our agenda is.
Yeah, so we'll start off with a quick demo for you, just so you can get to know it and actually see what it is, how it works, and we'll really break it down so you can see all the aspects of it as well. And we're then going to be having a look at maximizing efficiency on every listing through using it. We'll do a quick recap for you because obviously it's a new thing, so we don't expect you to take it all in at once. This is all recorded as well, so don't worry about trying to remember everything. You'll get sent the recording afterwards, and we're also going to send you some supporting materials as well. You'll have a video, you'll have some articles, so yeah, don't worry about that. We then got our your time to choose. We've got a bonus tip for you, and that's where you'll get a poll of 2 bonus little tips that won't be about Keyflo. They're just sort of extra tips for you, just so you can get as much as you can out of this webinar, so you can vote for the one you want. We've then got a Q&A, so that's an open space for you to ask your questions, but we also have Emma and Lisa backstage as well, who are our Alto experts, who will be answering questions as we go as well. So drop questions in the chat and they'll be on that for you. But yeah, just so you know, we've got that time there as well. And then right at the end, we've got a competition, and we've also got a prize draw from our last 2 webinars as well. So feel free to stay to the end and watch the prize draw right at the end, or at least stay for the competition because there'll be a prize that you'll probably want to enter to win. So if we get started, we'll jump straight into the Keyflo demo for you.
Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Mads. What you want to do is get started with your property page, and you want the property to be in the status of instructed. When it's in instructed, you'll see at the top, prepare property, and you'll have a couple of options. Today, we're going to look at the owner questionnaire and click on manage. This is going to take us through to the Keyflo view. So at this point, we're going to have a breakdown of everything that we've loaded so far about the property, but you can see here to gather information, we have Keyflo and it says send task. So this is going to send off that questionnaire to our vendor to request more information. From there, we'll be able to have a quick look at what this owner questionnaire is going to look like. And the owner will receive an email to register to Keyflo and fill out the questionnaire. So we're going to talk through the questionnaire now. Perfect. So it's going to look a lot like this for your vendors. So you can see there's a couple of different tabs that we can go across where you can add in information. So starting with attributes, you can load information such as the year that it was built, that basic information of bedrooms, bathrooms, receptions, council tax band, etc. Going across to the tenure, you can add in information such as the freehold, or even if there's a service charge, how much that is, and any additional information. Going across to utilities, you can add in what the utility suppliers are and where those, for example, where the water is coming from for the property. Going across to adaptations, you can also see here if any have been added or changed. So you can see within the drop down, there'll be a guide to what to do. Across to flood and mining risk, Here is our first section, which is optional choice. So it allows them to fill out this information as quickly as possible and go through and add the relevant answer. The same applies to the next section, which is restrictions. And your vendor can just simply go through this list, finishing up each page and filling that in a time that works for them. Next, we have rights and easements. Again, the same idea, optional choice for them to just simply walk their way through these questions. And finally, additional information. If there's anything that your vendor needs you to know about this property, any planning permission, for example, anything like that, they can add that into this form here so that you're able to communicate that and hold that against the file as well. Once your vendor has finished completing the form, they'll be able to submit it here with this button. Okay. Once your vendor has submitted the form, you'll actually get a notification on Alto, which will come through on the right-hand side under notifications and client activity. Okay. So at this point, we're able to go in, we can double check all of this information. And then we will import to Alto, which will bring the information that your vendor has filled out seamlessly across to Alto, whereas historically you might have both filled out ongoing forms, which would have meant a lot of repeated data. So this will save you a lot of time going forward. I think we'll go back to the property record and check the details there. And I'll hand back over to you, Mads, to finish up the demo.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that, Camilla. So when they've done the property questionnaire, as you can see with the Keyflo, we actually have a workflow as well. There's another few sections. We've got our managed media, listing content, and owner listing approval. What we can do from here, now you've got all that essential information from the owner, I will just make a little note on that as well. The questions aren't mandatory, so it doesn't mean it stops them from sending it back if there's information that they don't know. It may be stuff that you may need to update yourselves as well. So the next one that we can go to is we're going to go into our listing content, because this managed media is new, but it's built within the listing content. So if I click into this, you'll see here, we're back into this screen. And again, we can see it is a good workflow of what you're doing. So we've got our pre-appraisal and post-appraisal. So pre-appraisal is just showing when you've got an appraisal booked, if you have any booked. Post-appraisal is any other tasks that you might need to do. So writing up the valuation, sharing it with the owner, sending it to sending the terms over to the owner. As you can see, this has been done. And obviously instructing the property as well. We've also got here as well, if you're using or you do choose to use our panel of conveyancers, then you can also generate the quotes for the conveyancers there as well. So pre-marketing, this is where you can now also put everything together for your listing, ready to send over to the owner to approve. In here, we've got the compile listing, and you can go into each section and edit it. So if we go in, we can see already there are some media files here. There's some photos, but what you can do, instead of having to keep going back into your actual property record, you can go in here, grab some photos that you might want as well. I'm just putting some in just to show you. And you can just upload them in. And it's also, you've got organize and caption with AI. Okay, so you'll see that these photos have now uploaded in. I'm just going to shift that one around there for there. And you'll see here, it's already given it some titles. So we've got the bedrooms, the house, the garden. And if I'd put a floor plan in, but this one was already in here, the floor plan would automatically go under floor plan because the AI is recognizing it. You've also got the option, you can actually add your videos and links in here for your 360 tours if you've got anything like that. I'm going to go save and close. I'm just going to drop that pop out. And you'll see here now, we've got all the photos, which you can slide through for the listing. The pricing is available. So if you need to edit anything in there, you can change it. property details as well, which we've already pulled through from the Property Information Questionnaire. And the best part as well is we've now got this summary and key points, which we can generate with AI, which gives you that perfect kind of, I mean, you could want to do it yourself still, but this gives you the exact amount of letters that you need, so it doesn't go too much. So I can just simply generate, or I could add a little extra prompt in there for AI. So I'm just going to put something, but make it nice, just as a little prompt. And if I click generate, it should take just a couple of seconds to do it. You'll see what it's done is it's generated your key points in here, your 10 key points, and also your description as well. These are editable, so you can go in and change them if you don't like them. And this is editable from here as well. Again, we can save and close. We've got our energy efficiency rating. So if this is available at the point of you putting the property onto your database, it will show here, but you can go in and edit it from here as well. So you can put in any figures that you might need to put in. Let's just go, put a 0 in there. 76, and then you can also look up the certificate on the government website as well. So I'm just going to save and close this so you can see that's there. You can also add in your lead in, lead out text, and you've also got the option for your mapping. Once this is all set and you are quite happy with it, you then get the option to then send the task over to the owner to approve the listing before you post it to the portals or you use it for your brochures. So I'm now going to send that task over, and that task will go into them. So I'm just going to go back to the property. Just make sure, but if I haven't saved something, it's giving me that, telling me that I need to save. It's not. It's going to go. Everything looked like it was saved, so I'm not quite sure why it was saying that. And then you'll see, for example, that summary is pulled through that we just put in there as well, and any other information. So your EPC would be in there. If I go into media, you can see the photos that I've uploaded, and you can see that EPC rating is in there as well. Then if I go back into this listing edit, obviously we've sent it over for approval. But if I go back into Keyflo, I'm just going to give it a little refresh because this is what the version of your owners will see. And you can see they've now got another task to approve the listing. They can simply click on start and it will show them how you've set up their property ready to list. So it's got the photos, it's got the details of the property, the EPC, the key points, the summary. You've got utilities, adaptation, so it's showing the adaptations, the floor plan, and then it gives them the option to approve the listing. So they can say, yes, that's great, please list that property for me, or they can say, no, they're not quite happy with it. We're just going to go with a yes for today. And if we submit that back, and again, it's exactly the same, you can go into the notifications, into the client activity. I'm just going to do all and apply just so we can see it. You'll see here, you've got the approved listing to review. Okay. So that is pretty much the side of it on the Keyflo through the workflow. But if I just quickly go back into the property, you'll also see, as we mentioned before, you've got these tasks that are populating on here. But if I go into the Keyflo and just show you what the owner can see as well. So at the top here, we go to my properties. I'm going to jump to a different property because we haven't got a viewing booked on this one. But if I went into this property, they've got the option, they can see any tasks that they have outstanding or whether they're complete. They've now got the option to be able to see any viewings that might have taken place or are booked in on their property as well. And also they have the option to see any offers that might have been made. And also, if they want to use a conveyancer or need a conveyancer instructed, they can simply click on here and ask, and it sends a message to you. So that was a quick overview of Keyflo. As we said, it is completely brand new. And I'm going to hand back over to Emma.
Thank you very much. It's great to see an overview of it. I think the main thing for this is it's all there to save you time. I saw loads of questions coming in and activity on the chat there, which was great to see. It's such an exciting feature because it's purely been brought in to try and save time. That's the key focus of it. So being able to just sort of ping off the property questionnaire to your vendors or your landlords before you've even really had to speak to them manually yourself, just to get all that information ready. It's such a game changer. We're just going to take a look now at maximizing efficiency on every listing. So just how you can make the most of it, really. So bear with me. So the highlights for you. So firstly, seamless integration with Alto. It's part of Alto and it's included for you. So it's one of those things that you can make use of it if you want to. You don't have to, but it is there to save you time. You can use it as a listing management platform. You can do it all in one place. And it just saves you from jumping around, from missing information. You're sort of putting it in the vendor's hands or the homeowner's hands that really they're providing the information to you. They're giving you all the information they know so that you're not having to miss the information that they want you to include. You've also got reducing admin time. Like we said, it's a time saver. It's automation templates, reduce repetitive work by up to 55%. And the clients are doing the work for you. So it just frees you up to be doing other things. We've also got enhancing digital workflow. So the property information questionnaire, it ensures you obtain all of the essential property information you need, and it's got built-in quality checks and help prevent errors in listings. And I saw one question in the chat that said, are they compulsory fields? And they're not. They can choose what they add in. However, it does prompt them if they've got any missing at the end as well. So they have to confirm that they're happy to send the questionnaire over with missing fields. So it might be that that's all they know about the property, but that's when you could then follow up with them. It enhances communication. Your customers are involved. They've got visibility. They feel like they've got a say in how their property listing looks as well. I was an estate agent myself, and I know that a lot of homeowners will be passionate about selling their properties. It's their pride and joy. They sometimes want to put in their own photos. They want to write their listings because they want to shout about it because they're the ones who know it. And this just gives them an opportunity to really tell you why their property is so good, tell you all the bits about it, and tell you how they want their property listed, which is amazing. And they've also got visibility over the platform too, which we'll also look at. And a branded experience. It's your logo. Again, I saw that people were asking about whether you could have it coming from your email or whether it's just Keyflo. At the moment, it's Keyflo because that's the integration. But again, it's something that hopefully we can develop over time, that it will become more and more branded to your agency. But at the moment, we've got your logo. It's your names on there. So hopefully it will feel inclusive for your customers as well. This is just a quote from one of our customers that's been already using it through our sort of like alpha and beta testing. So they've said listings sometimes took 3 to 4 days to get all of the information, maybe even a week, and now it takes a matter of hours. So that's sort of tried and tested by one of you, so you can trust their wording. And it just shows that it really has sped up the process for them, which is the key goal. So we're just going to do a bit of a recap for you, and just on the sort of the key takeaways, really, the things to start off with if you're going to start having a look at how to use it. I'll hand over to Mads.
Thank you very much. As you just saw me show you, once you start doing this Keyflo side of it, you have this workflow with the post appraisal, marketing, progression and completion. So this is, like we said, it's just going to give a quick recap, and it takes you into each one. So appraisal, whether it's been done or whether it's been booked, the pre-marketing information, the actual marketing information about publishing it to the web, progression, and if any completions have happened on their property as well.
I think it's a nice timeline as well, isn't it? It shows you where you're at in the process.
So it's done from upon inquiry, as we said. So once that property, though you've been out, you've done the valuation and it's now been instructed, this is when that Keyflo workflow appears within your property record as well. So you can start sending the tasks out and start compiling the information that you need from the owner of the property. Okay, so again, it's another workflow. You've got questionnaire, the manage the media, the listing, the content, and the owner listing approval. So it's a nice little workflow that you can follow through with.
And it's always a good idea to start with the questionnaire, isn't it? Like even upon that very first inquiry, you can use it at the sort of stage you want to, really. But
Mhm.
it's a great way of just getting all of that property information really, really quickly.
Then you've got upon instruction. So we've got a quick view here of the questionnaire that's received. I did see a question in there about whether you can customize the questions or not. No, not at the moment. The questions are already set, and that's the questionnaire that they do actually receive.
Yeah, so this is it's just a have being able to obtain all this information. I love the automatic description field.
Yeah.
The more and more AI is sometimes I think misplaced in when it's used, but this is a great way of doing it because that does take time to sit and actually think up a description of a house and also do it without repeating the style as well. Because when you've got 30 listings, you do tend to default to a certain style of how you type up about them, and they can get a little bit samey. So it's amazing that this can give you a starting point, even if you don't want to use it, even if it's not quite right, because obviously it is AI, it's not going to be 100% accurate all the time. But if it can give you a starting point on your bullet points and features, and or it can give you a starting point on the description that you can then tweak, that's already solved you half the process time of having to think about it and plan it.
And the other thing I just want to mention about the questionnaire, because I've seen questions coming in as well, the questions that are on there are all to help the property be compliant as well for all the essential material information that you need.
And it with it importing straight into Alto as well, it's sort of showing you that as it loops round, that it is that quick really. As soon as you click that import button, it will be in Alto for you ready. So there's no sort of having to jump between the two. You can use the Keyflo side of it and then it's in Alto for you.
Yeah.
And sign off.
Yeah, and then the sign off as well. So you're sending the task over. Once you've compiled all the information together, you've got your photos all done, all the pictures, the floor plans, the description, you're able to send that task directly from Alto through Keyflo to the owner of the property, who is then able, as I showed you, who's able to review it and approve it or not approve it.
And one of the things that's in there at the moment, like we'll just shout about because obviously it is something that is developing, is there are some prompts on Keyflo that say certain actions have to be done within Alto still. So things like your brochure sign off, this owner listing is for the listing as a whole. So it's for them to look at the details they've submitted, see how the listing is going to look online. It's not for their sort of actual paper details or virtual details that you're going to be sending out. That still has to be done through Alto. But it's just worth knowing that it will prompt you as to the steps that have to be done in Alto. But it is getting more and more developed. So over time, we're going to try and have it all sitting over under one umbrella so that you can do everything in one place.
Thanks. And then as I did sort of show earlier, the owner of the property also gets any updates. So that'll be with their property. So any tasks that they might complete, any viewings that have taken place, past or present ones that might, or future ones that might be booked, sorry, not past, present, future. And then any offers that might have been put through onto the property as well. They can also see all their properties in one place at the top. So they've got the property and they also have a notifications where they're able to see when they go into it, the notifications of what things they might need to follow up with.
That's a great one to shout out to customers as you're adding them on to even at market appraisals, actually, to be honest, because if you can tell your potential vendors or landlords that they're going to have a free access to be able to monitor their properties, any outstanding tasks that need to be done, any viewings that have come in, any offers, what stages they're at. It's such a huge opportunity for them that they don't have to pay any extra for, but it's a massive win for you as an agent because it sets you aside from other agents because not everyone's going to be using this. Obviously, it's open to Alto customers, but not everyone is going to be utilizing it yet. And so it's really, really key that you make use of it because it's there ready for you to use.
Yep.
So we've got to our bonus tip.
Connecting your listings to external platforms. So I'm just going to stop sharing that.
Hey everyone, so you've selected connect your listings to external platforms. This is really a top tip to ensure that when you're sending out your properties as a marketing email or a link or anything like that, that it hyperlinks and goes through to your chosen portal. So if you go onto your property page, property and marketing, as Mads has kindly done for us there. If you drop down here, you'll see our link. So in this case, as an example, I've added a random link, but when you want this property sent out, if you want your customer to click on it and be taken through to a website, you need to choose if it's going to be your company website or if you might be choosing an external portal. You need to add in the web link, exactly the URL for that property on the website. If you pop it in here, it will ensure that it takes them directly through to the correct place, thus driving up click links to either your own website or your chosen portal. Do let us know if you have any questions in the chat and I'll happily follow up.
Thank you, Camilla.
I'm just going to shout out our partner of the month. With this, we like to just call out our partners because we've got so many of them really that actually a lot of the times they can be overlooked, and there might be some partners in there that you can make use of. It's completely up to you whether you want to find out some more information about them. This one it's a similar sort of style to Keyflo of what we've just been showing you, which is why we thought we'd also bring it in as a partner for you to have a look at as well. So it's for everyone really. It's for conveyancers, it's for agents, it's for movers. So you can use it, your customers can use it, your conveyancers can use it. And it's all about making everything compliant. So again, it's trying to automate the process a little bit for you and make sure that none of the information is missed. And it's about making compliance profitable. You've got homeowners completing essential tasks through one simple digital journey. And conveyancers build stronger partnerships through seamless agency integration. So we're not going to spend too much time here. It's purely just a call out. But if you want some more information on it, then do drop a message in the chat or just say that you're interested in Moverly, and we will get back to you with some more information there as well. As usual, we're just going to call out where you find your integrations, because again, it's one of those things that's hidden away unless you know where to look. So on Alto, it's actually under your tools, your little settings cog. So you've got tools and then integrations. And if you head there, you can browse through all of the integrations we've got available, and you can sort them by the sort of thing that you want to have a look at as well. We've got so many, and all of them we're getting more and more as well to come in to basically make any process that you do, try and make it a little bit smoother. So yeah, take a look at that as well. We've now got our Q&A, so we will head back to the chat.
Let's have a quick look and see what's going on in the chat.
There's one, do the customers get email alerts? They get, yes, they get emails. Whenever they have a task to do, they'll get sent an email. And they've also, when they're in their screen where they can view their properties, see any outstanding tasks, they can really clearly see if anything's unfinished or if they're up to date. If they're up to date, it will show green and say you're up to date. But yeah, they get an email every time they need to do anything.
And just want to say about the people, obviously a lot of people asking about the notifications. Yes, all the email notifications do come through. And if they don't approve the listing, yes, they're going to get an email to say it's not been approved. So you can still edit it and change it and then resend it back to the owner again as well for them to check it over and see whether they approve it that time. So that was the question about, can you, if they say no to it, you can go in and amend it to how they want it.
And all your notifications are going to be within Alto as well. So you're always going to have a little, I think it was red notification showing that you've got, say, 3 notifications that you need to have a look at on Keyflo.
It goes on the client, it goes either under the notifications under client and activity, or you can also see it on the timeline of the property as well.
And Keyflo won't try and contact them for other services. It's purely, they won't send anything out to them that you're not clicking send task or send email. I think they're all send task actually, or or send listing for approval, but it's only ever going to be you're choosing to send out to them. There is also an option to get them to have a look at solicitors through it, I believe as well, but again, it's only if you're choosing to send that contact out. They're not going to be sort of bombarded with any other communication. It's purely really a portal for you and your customer to connect, to get all the information together. I will just quickly call out just our training platform. We've got Alto Skills, which was completely redeveloped and brought in new this year as part of my team has done. On there, it's basically like a content library. So there's no fixed courses, there's no fixed material that you have to complete. It's purely you go in, you type a skill, and it generates what you should be looking at. And I'll give you a sneaky tip that we haven't really launched yet, but as of next week, we're going to be getting in, it's an AI assistant. We've not named it yet, but that will be coming. But that will actually help you when you go into Alto Skills. You can type in anything into Alto Skills. So you might say how to list a property, and the AI will sort through all the content available for you, pull out an answer, and then show you the content that it's brought that answer from. So it's going to be an amazing time saver tool if you get stuck on any process. So definitely make sure you're registered with that. If you're not, give us a shout in the chat or get in contact with us and we'll get you set up. So yeah, definitely a good one to have a look at. We've also got our help centre there as well, where you can obviously search for any articles at the moment too. And we've got some additional paid training. If you want some of this sort of face-to-face, really, you can choose the length of time you want, and it's paid training. You can choose what suits you best. You can scan the QR code there, and that will link you through to that. Or again, get in touch with us. And I'll quickly move on, just because we have kept you too long. Competition time. Every month when we do this, we ask you to just fill out some feedback for us. And when you fill out the feedback, you're entered into a competition. This month, or this webinar is our brand new one, new competition. So it's to win a 90-minute tailored training session. So that's what I was just talking about, that you could purchase. This is a competition to win it. And it's worth £198, this one's a 90-minute one. And it's really worth it. Even if you don't want to win it yourself, it's a big win for the office if you can win it. So do it for the brownie points. All you have to do is scan that QR code. Emma is also going to drop the link in the chat. So you should see that as well. So if you can't scan the QR code for any reason, you can click the link that's just been sent there. You can do it after the webinar's ended as well. This competition is going to run for another 2 webinars. And so at the end of that, we'll do the prize draw and we'll contact the winner individually. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us and for listening. I hope it's been helpful. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.